sports photography is photojournalism on high speed. This week we're in the Dominican Republic, and I invite you to join me on this journey of documenting baseball from the grassroots to the major leagues. The more you know the sport, the more consistently you're going to make your pictures. Excited to shoot my first all-girls baseball game in the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is baseball, and every time I come back here, I'm always inspired. Everywhere I go, you can find baseball, the baseball greats that I've documented over the years, and the grassroots baseball that's ever present everywhere you go on the island. What's happening behind us is as interesting as what's happening in front of us. Being back in the Dominican Republic, I'm always just reminded of what I love most about baseball, and it's the passion of the game. And when you come here, the passion is everywhere. It's the kids on the street playing baseball. It's the young guys trying to make it to the big leagues and watching them. And I've seen guys start their careers here in a place like the Dominican Republic and document them in a Caribbean series and then watch them make it all the way to the major leagues. And it's so inspiring for me to see their journey and document their journey all the way throughout. And it's just an exciting time for me. And now the women, and watching them grow and seeing them take their place on the field, you know, it's a new time for baseball, an exciting time for baseball, especially documenting it. So I started shooting baseball and started shooting all sports many years ago for local newspapers, and I was a portrait photographer. And actually, portrait photography is a great place to start with whatever you're shooting, because the hardest thing to shoot is a portrait, right? So the portrait photography part of my career has helped me throughout everything that I've done in photography. But now it's all about sports, and even more specifically about baseball, though I do shoot other sports. And I started shooting the grassroots. That was the beginning for me. It was shooting kids, youth, college sports, you know, and then I moved up to the big leagues and started shooting professional sports and professional baseball. And really now I'm right back to shooting grassroots baseball, but in a whole new way. And that's where my heart is today. When I started shooting professional baseball at the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants, I was fascinated by the players that were coming from places like the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Venezuela. The way they play, their style of play, the way they celebrate was fascinating to me. So it inspired me to go check out, what is this place, the Dominican Republic? Why are they making so many baseball players? What is it about? So on my own, I took my first trip to go find baseball in the Dominican Republic, and it didn't disappoint. And I've been coming back many years since, photographing the Caribbean series, winter leagues, kids playing baseball, the academies, like where we are today in La Victoria. You know, there's always something new, and there's always a new story to tell. So my new project, Grassroots Baseball is our not-for-profit, and we tell the stories of baseball. And we started with kids playing baseball in the new project, and then we went along Route 66 for 3 years and told the stories of baseball on Route 66. But now it's Grassroots Baseball Women, and we're telling the stories of girls and women in baseball, on the field, off the field, around the globe. And women aren't new to baseball. The door has opened and closed for us many times throughout history, but now the door is being blown off the hinges. And it's so exciting to me that women are playing baseball in the Dominican Republic, in all regions of the Dominican Republic, and they have a women's national baseball team. And that's really exciting to me and near and dear to my heart. So a woman in sports, documenting women in sports. So this project is, I feel so much passion and so much inspiration about it and around it. So I'm really excited to be able to document baseball games this week. Woo! How great was that, huh? What a wrap. I want to take one. And I've documented many times women playing on men's teams, but women playing with women on all women's team is a very special experience and exciting to document for me. So during the week, I'm going to take you to what would be shooting baseball games and telling a story. And for me, shooting a baseball game is a lot more than just action. Yes, action is exhilarating, and we'll be shooting action and high-speed action, but it's so much more. These images need to tell a story, show a sense of place, ideally show the culture, the details of the game, the sense of place, the wide angles of the game. So each aspect of how to tell your story in baseball, how to tell your story in any sport. My favorite part of the game is the grassroots game. It's before contracts, before money. It's for the pure love of the game, and that's what the Dominican Republic is about for me. It is the pure love of baseball everywhere you go, and you will see as you come on this journey with me that baseball is everywhere. You can go to the streets and find kids playing on fields, kids playing in the streets. Maybe they don't have a baseball bat, maybe they just have a stick, it doesn't matter. Baseball is forever present, and it's their love of the game that comes through. At the end of the week, we'll talk about the edit process, right? Nothing has moved the needle more for me than learning how to edit my photos. To me, you can't make a good picture unless you know what a good picture is. And that's what editing is about. It's capturing the athlete or his or her peak moment, but you need to know what the peak moment looks like. So it's being able to go through, sure, we have an A9 III and we can shoot 120 frames per second. That's terrific. But there's only one peak moment, and how do you find that peak moment? And it's learning how to edit your photos to find the peak moment. There's only one. In the next episode, it's about planning. And for those who know me, to me, it's all about having a plan. What are the images that you want to make? What is the story that you want to tell? And when you have those pieces and you can go into your shoot, you're really ready for anything. Sports photography is photojournalism on high speed. Right? So you don't know what's going to happen. You're capturing things in real time. But if you have a plan and you know the story you want to tell, you're ready for it. So it naturally goes into then what gear are you going to bring? So you pack properly and you have everything that you need, because you don't want to leave it home, right? You have to have everything you need for your plan. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and I want to inspire you to take great pictures and for your travel photography, for your sports travel photography. So join me next week in the Dominican Republic, and right now I'm going to go find a baseball game.